Hello everyone, Bertina Amy here, and welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would do a Dollar Tree DIY unique pumpkin wreath, and I need your help deciding between A, B, and C. Okay, so in today's video, I thought I would go ahead and do a new fall pumpkin DIY, and I found these 3 yards of ribbon. This shade is new to me. I don't recall seeing this last year. It's kind of a reddish brown, I feel like, very fall-ish, and it's a nice change from their orange. They are out of that sort of neutral tone that kind of matches like burlap colors. So I'm going to go with this one. I think it's going to be very pretty on here and maybe even more elevated. And I'm also going to do this differently than I did the one from last year. If you'd like to see how I did that one, feel free to check out that video. I'll try to remember to link it down below. Okay, so here's my ribbon folded in half both ways. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to ribbon wrap this. So first, I'm going to remove this part last because I'm weird like that. Feel free to remove it first. I just kind of like it there in case I want to sell it, like I said, or as I've said in my past videos. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this first at the top, like that. And I'm maneuvering it because I want the folded edge to face me always. So this is going to go under and around this way, and this one's going to go over and around. And if you saw my last video of my DIY chandelier lamp, you'll notice I discussed how you could actually change the way you go about this and keep the same pattern. So like, since this ribbon had to go under and around and this one went over and around, then we should continue that, because what it does is it gives an alternate pattern. And I'm going to insert an image of last year's pumpkin wreath just for comparison's sake. All right, so as I said, in previous videos and tutorials of ribbon wrapping wreaths, I always wanted to go over and around and under and repeat over and around and under, crossing over, right over, left, over and over again. This time, I'm going to follow how the ribbons originally laid. So this one went under and around, this one went over and around. But because this one went under around, that means when the ribbon goes to the left, you're going to go under and around. And when the ribbon goes to the right, you're going to go over and around, and repeat that. And I feel like it gives a different look, and I'm going to try my best to make sure to have no gaps. But I think this gold trim on the edge of the ribbon is going to give it more of an elegant, or more, see, that doesn't stay even when you fold it in advance, more elegant, more higher end type of look. So again, it's right over left, but then when the right ribbon goes to the left, we're going to go under the bar, and when the ribbon goes to the right, we're going to go over the bar. And then it gives a different appearance, and I think it's gorgeous. So I'm going to go ahead and finish wrapping this, and I will be right back. Okay guys, this is 2 rolls so far, and I just wanted to share a few things before I do the these sides off camera. In fact, I might actually do them on camera, but I have to say, this new ribbon from Dollar Tree is, in my opinion, absolutely stunning. And I decided to actually do this one upside down, where I just turned it this way and attached it and wrapped it in the same manner, because I thought it would look nice if the gold, because it tends to show the gold edging only on the sides, like on the left side when I'm wrapping right over left and then maneuvering everything like that. So I thought I would do the opposite for this side. So what I'm going to do on camera here is I have kind of tied it like this. Add some hot glue, clip. So I think this one needs to maybe just do a twist like that maybe, and then so if this one goes like that, and then that means this one maybe I can do so even though this is not my first time doing this compared to like last year's work. Okay, so this is gonna go under and around, and then the right side is gonna go over and around. This is the side piece I'm doing. Oh, and I just realized something. This is me altering which direction the gold is going. So that's not helping, but I guess it'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it, whatever. I mean, if you really want it to all go in the same direction, feel free to adjust it, but I'm trying to preserve how much ribbon I have to use. So here's the right ribbon going over and around. I feel like that's so close. Over and around, going over around the side on this bar on the right, and then going under the bar on the left, going over and around, and then like repeat that, and then just keep going till you get to the end. So I ran out of ribbon on this side, so I'm attaching extra using just scrap ribbon from the other ribbon wraps, and I'm just using hot glue and attaching it over the other one. And you might have to do a little bit of play with this, and it might depend on what would look best once you start wrapping it around. I hope that makes sense. So here I've taken a second wreath form, and I'm actually wanting the last two outer panels that'll be seen from the front to have the gold facing towards the other section of gold. I hope that makes sense. So that basically means, at least for my case, that on the left side I will wrap it as normal, but on the right side I will wrap it upside down. So that way the golds are facing inwards, if that makes sense. I really hope that does. And after already gluing it down, then cutting off the excess, I removed it and folded it upon itself, then glued it back down because I wanted it to have a neater look in the back. Not necessary, totally optional. Okay, so I thought I would come and showcase how I'm gonna wrap around this section. So I think I'm just gonna go, let's see here. I'm gonna go, the left one is gonna go through down here where the stem is. And then I think I'm going to repeat the same thing with this side. I think I'll do it that way. Yeah. All right, so we're going to just add hot glue there. And then I'm going to put a clip on it, let it cool. I keep forgetting that I actually want to trim off some excess and then do a folded look so it looks more intentional, or at least more professional maybe. And then repeat on the other side. Let's bring in the other one, place it on top. Let's go ahead and, at the very least, I want to attach this one to the one underneath. Hot glue here, here, and attach it there. Clip here. Let's turn this back. Is then start wrapping this around. I'm not doing anything fancy at this point. Can I fold this inward? Yep, I'm going to do it like that. And then re-add hot glue there. And clip that. Bringing back the first one I was putting together. Oh, so pretty, guys. And literally this is just going to wrap towards the back, hopefully connecting the top piece to the back piece. And then I just realized I haven't made any attempts to make sure that any other parts are attached, but you know what, we will deal with that later. You could do what I've done in the past and make sure you intertwined along these sides if you wanted to. So I'm gonna add hot glue here and hot glue there, and grab my clip here, and then wrap this around lightly so I don't burn myself. Okay, should be long enough. All right, so I'm gonna tuck this under. And then we're gonna do this loosely at first. We could always tighten it. This will at least be attached to one side, and then the stem will be completely attached. And then we can work on that side as well. Okay, there we go. And then I could trim off excess. And then fold it, add some hot glue. Probably overdid it in terms of how much excess I actually really needed. So then that means this side's attached, but then this side is not totally attached. I want it to be as seamless in appearance as possible. So what if we took some scrap? I'm just going to add some hot glue for the inside and then stick this inside and add the clip. Okay, and then on this side, and then I'm just going to fold it like that, cut off excess about there, add some hot glue, and then we're going to tuck there and clip. Okay guys, so I'm thinking of testing these out. I am leaning towards one over the other. I'm going to switch this around this way so you can have a better view. And I also have this one. I think this would be super cute with it, but I wonder if the design might be too much. Either way, I thought I would sort of have a play with it and then take photos, and then, you know, you guys can let me know which version you think is best. All right, so I'm going to try all three of these. Okay, so here's my ribbon, and I'm just going to go ahead and squeeze this in here. And feel free to do the stem portion before you attach everything. I'm doing it this way because I couldn't decide on which one I wanted to do. Okay, so there's one side. Now I got to wrap it through the other side because I still have this wire exposed. So I'm just gonna go in through here and maybe squeeze in this way. Okay, so then this is gonna look tricky. That's the other thing, is because of the way these Dollar Tree wires are. When you layer one over top the other, it just ends up like kind of making it look like as if these are crooked. You can tighten them, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. So, okay. So then this can wrap over, and then we can go we don't need to do the fancy ribbon wrapping method we used on the pumpkin. We can just go back to the old way of ribbon wrapping. So I'm just going to go over around both bars, pull this through, and of course I have more than enough. I did take the whole roll off the spool, and I'm not going to worry about how perfect the folds look on this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it right there. Okay, so you're probably wondering from the photo why I didn't go ahead and cut this off. It's mainly because I'm just in the testing phase, and in the comparison photos, it'll just showcase the ribbons the way they hang, so it's not cut and it's really long and it goes below the wreath itself. I don't want to cut them because if I choose not to use this one, I want to be able to use it for some other project in the future down the line. So that is the reason why I'm not cutting it. And I'm going to repeat this 2 more times. And if I make a decision before uploading this photo, then you will see which one I selected already at this point. But I will, if I do make a decision, I will showcase how I'm going to style it. I don't want it to be droopy. These stems are super short, which I'm not crazy about. All right, so now that the ribbon is attached to the front bar that's showing, I can now go ahead and wrap. Okay, I'm not sure about the green. So far between the two, I'm leaning towards neutral. I think that looks more natural. And I'm not sure how much I'm going to decorate this compared to last year's. I think I'm going to go with something different this year. I'm debating between a few options, but I think I'm going to keep it simple. I thought last year's was pretty simple, to be honest, but this will be simple too. Okay, so I did maneuver this a little bit, and since I'm planning on going with this version, all I did differently here is I wrapped this over the left bar, under and over, and I did left over right instead, and then I just went over like my old style of ribbon wrapping instead of doing it like this because I wanted this to be the star. And I think this is the way to go. I will admit that this feels more like a raincoat material versus this feels closer to like fabricy burlap, if that makes sense. Okay, so to finish this off, and I think I'm just going to do it at an angle about there. This is eyeballing that there, and then this one like maybe here. Sorry, you couldn't see that, but so they're about even. I just kind of eyeballed that. And here's the final result. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.